Hi, I'm Peter Rose, founder of Longwood Currency Trading. Why trade Forex? Let's talk about that a little bit because I've been getting a lot of communications from you folks. Thanks a lot for communicating with me. It's always nice to see that folks are out there and listening and interested in what I have to say or what my opinion is. I'm an educator, so I enjoy communicating with you all. Having said that, some of you may feel that I'm a little abrupt or abrasive sometimes at what you're saying to me. I don't mean to be harsh or to tell you that you're doing something wrong. You have to remember, I've been in the martial arts for over 55 years now. I had a school. I've taught thousands of people. I have students that are still with me after 50 years. So I'm an educator, but I'm an educator in a martial discipline that requires not only myself to be disciplined and organized and know what I'm doing as an educator as well as a martial artist, but I also expect my students and demand my students to strive for perfection in that craft to the level that they desire to be successful. I'm not trying to make you a black belt. I'm just trying to give you the confidence that you've learned the material that you feel you need to learn for whatever purpose it is that you began your study. And that's the strength that I bring to bear in the educational process that I use in currency trading. However, it's not like your normal teacher who has all sorts of rules and they have to pamper you and tell you you are a wonderful person regardless of whether your daddy dropped you on your head or not, and you have emotional problems and you have to be catered to. I can't coddle you. If you're an idiot, I'm going to tell you you're an idiot. Now, it's your decision. You could get mad at me, or you could say, well, here's a guy that has his shit together and he's telling me that I'm an idiot. Maybe I ought to fucking pay attention to what he's saying. Why am I an idiot? And I'll work with you and try to see if you have the emotional characteristics and the psychological characteristics and just the real passion and desire to work on this stuff. Learning currency trading is simple. Well, it's not simple. It's easy. There's a lot of work involved in it, like anything else. But look, you're trying to replace your job income. You're trying to make $30,000 a year from your trading or $50,000 a year from your trading. Would you expect that you're going to read a manual that you got on the internet for $50 or some fool's $500 or $2,000 course that teaches Bollinger Bands and whatnot? Do you really think that that's going to make you successful? You have to make you successful. And if you want to take my time to share with you 55 years of educational process in the martial arts where I have shown people success, then you're going to have to be willing to listen and you're going to have to be willing to work. And if you're not, if you're just going to ramble on about the Bollinger Bands and what you know and look at all the stuff that I've done and blah, 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 it doesn't matter because you're not successful to the level that you want to be successful. And don't tell me that you want to make $1 million a year from your trading. Some people on the internet can make $1 million and more from their trading, but they have maybe $1 million to start with. There are some that can take small amounts of money and with ridiculously high leverage compound that stuff to infinity. Are you going to be able to do that? No. Why? Why do I say that? Because if you were able to do that, you would already be doing it. You would know that you were on the right course. But you've consumed so much, contradictory information that you really don't know how to get started. You think that you get started by opening the trading platform and looking for an engulfing candle pattern and hitting bid ask. It doesn't work that way. I chose currency trading and Forex for 7 specific reasons, and I'm not going to go over those in this video and bore you. You can go to my website, longwoodcurrencytrading.com, and on the currency trading page, those 7 things are listed there. Now, if those aren't sufficient for you, say, oh yeah, I agree with all 7 of those. That's really cool. I understand that. I understand the problems with trading commodities. I understand the problems in real estate. I understand this and that and the other thing. And that's not what I want to do. This guy picked currency trading because of these 7 reasons. I agree with those reasons. Let me see what else he has to say. And then we can work together. It doesn't matter whether you have 4 months or you're just getting started in trading or you have 4 years of trading. If you're looking to be successful and you're not, or you don't have a good path, you're smart. You wouldn't be watching this video if you were idiot and stupid. Particularly my videos, because it's not entertainment. It's the real stuff. So that you have to look at what you're doing. You have to look at the plan that you have to continue doing that and determine if that is going to lead you to success or not. You can figure that out. If somebody gave you a motorcycle basket, I mean, it was a basket full of motorcycle parts, and you said, oh, yeah, I've read a book, I know there's an engine and there's pistons, and you go ahead and you're going to think you're going to put that engine together, even with a manual, you're kidding yourself, right? I mean, you could see that. And so through proper education, whether that's self-education or whether you go find somebody to be your mentor and take a course or whatever, but through proper education, you will then have the proper learning path for you to accumulate what I call relevant information at each step of the game. I have people emailing me that have spastically inconsistent trading experience, a couple of years maybe sometimes. And they're all over the place. And they're asking me questions about staging and this, and I want to do this, and so-and-so is making $30,000 a year off a $10,000 account. Yeah, great. He's using 200 to 1 or 500 to 1 leverage, and he knows what he's doing. You don't. You don't even know how to trade. So not only do you have to understand what the Forex market is and have a passion to learn that and participate in that particular market, but you're going to have to learn the path in order to get to success in that trading adventure that you're going to undertake. And so why Forex? Well, I don't have to do a video about why you should trade Forex. If you're watching this video, I assume you're interested in Forex. If you're watching to this point, which is about 8 minutes in, then you're serious about hearing what I have to say. Because all the flashers that are looking for an instant magical secret to success engulfing candle pattern system, they dropped off at the 1.5 or 2 minute point. Those are my analytics, flushing right through it. That's why I don't have a lot of views. I don't have a lot of subscribers. Because people are looking for the magic. There is magic, but it isn't magic that you're going to get handed a pill and you're going to take the pill and all of a sudden you see everything. You have to work for it. You have to study. Nobody seems to want to work or study or take on the responsibility of a sound educational process to learn this stuff. I spent 40 years investing in real estate and retired a millionaire because of that investment. Not because of my 6-figure salary as a software engineer that I did for 33 years, but because of my real estate investing. This house that I'm in, a 1775 antique cape at this particular time, we've been here 8 years now. In fact, it's January of 2025 and it's snowing like crazy out. It's just beautiful on 2.7 acres here in the Lakes region of New Hampshire. I paid cash for this house without having to sell my other house. And I did that because of my real estate investment. So I understand investment and how you make money. Now, I spent 40 years in real estate. And because of economic crisis, you can't get out of real estate when you want to sometimes. And so therefore, I lost $1 million net worth twice in my life because of economic collapse. I was able to regain the $1 million each time, but it took me 10 years each time to do that. So I'm looking at the currency market, and in 2007 is when I started looking at the currency market. And I said, well, wait a minute. all these downfalls and disadvantages of all these other investment vehicles, including real estate, are non-existent in the currency market. That's why I chose the currency market to carry through my life in the end of my love of solving puzzles and investing, making my money grow, and also my love of education, because I'm a good educator, and I'd like to share that with folks. So I don't want to really piss anybody off when I'm talking with you through emails in the initial stages of our discussions. My intent is not to piss you off, and my intent is certainly not to demean you. I have great respect for the fact that you're trying. What I'm trying to do is, like Mike Tyson said, everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. Well, you don't have a plan, so you need to get punched in the face. So if I tell you that you don't know what you're doing, believe me, you don't know what you're doing. Now, you can get mad at me and go to somebody else who won't say something like that because they need your money that you're going to pay them for their course. I don't need your money. I charge a lot of money for my time and for my coursework. So if you don't have a lot of money and you're not interested in making a lot of money, then don't take my course. Don't listen to me. Listen to them if you're going to get mad at me. But if you look at my background and you look at the skills that I have and why I'm trading currencies, and that fascinates you, email me and we'll converse. But if I go into karate training mode and I tell you you don't know what you're doing and you need to do this, that, and the other thing, and you don't understand the answers to my questions, don't get pissed off about it. That's what a 12-year-old would do in school. I don't like Mrs. Gillespie because she yelled at me. Well, Mrs. Gillespie was having a bad day. I'm not having a bad day when I yell at you. I'm trying to shake your bones to make you realize that there's something that you don't know and you need to learn it. And if I can identify what you don't know and you go, oh yeah, I don't really understand that, then maybe I can help you. Maybe you'll listen to me. But if you constantly keep coming back to me with this trash education that you've been consuming that's out there, you need to learn all this. You don't need to learn hardly any shit at all in order to get started in trading currency. Oh, by the way, I do not teach beginners. Don't contact me if you're a beginner. I'll work with you, but it's inordinately expensive because that's a very long process. If you are someone who has traded a live account for at least 6 months and you've been unsuccessful or whatever, I mean, that's the minimum. You have to have been trading a live account for at least 6 months, and you can't have done 4 or 5 trades. It can't be a demo account. It's got to be a live trade, and it's got to be, like a $3,000 account at least to show that you're serious. What are you going to do? Trading a $500 account means nothing. You could take the $500 account and make that $3,000 in 90 days if you knew what you're doing. And there are a lot of people that could do that. But they can't take the $30,000 and turn that into, let's see, 500 to 3,000 or whatever that ratio is, $30,000 to $180,000 in the next 90 days. That doesn't work. That doesn't happen unless you're really at the height of understanding trading. But those that usually you see on YouTube that are able to do those things, and they're telling you this because of an engulfing candle pattern or London Open or whatever it is, that's not what they're using, because mathematically those things don't jive. They're after the fact confirmations that you knew how to trade and were successful at it. But all they know how to do is say, I took this trade, or I'm taking this trade because there's this engulfing candle pattern and the Bollinger Bands and it's Tuesday. Because they don't understand what they really are doing. They don't understand the trading process. So, and even if they did, they might not be good educators. And if you don't know how to take reality and present it as a learning experience for someone, look, I got a degree in physics, almost a minor in math. I know how to take technical things and present them so that people who don't understand them, and they go, oh yeah, I get it, and string this stuff together. And in currencies, it's a simple thing. It's a massive market. It's the most complex market in the world, but that's what makes it simple to trade, because you don't need to know everything. You just need to know enough to understand what hitting bid-ask means. What does that represent? You are interacting with the order flow of this enormous market. Well, what is order flow? Okay, we'll teach you what the order flow is. I'm not going to teach you how to run your trading platform. I'm not going to teach you what a pip is, or size your bank, or what a limit order is versus a market order. You need to know all that stuff before I'm going to be able to help you. You can email me and I can get you on the right general path. But before my educational process or the course that I have, whether that be a full trading program, which is 400 pages and 6 months of work, or the fast track program where I try to get you successfully consistent in your trading, whether that's making $1 a day or $100 a day in 3 months. It takes about 2 weeks just to get the foundation of all this, or 3 weeks to get the foundation of all this stuff all laid out. What's a trading plan? What are the 3 parts of the trading plan? How do you build conditional-based rules? What are those conditions? How do you sequentially order those conditions? How do you judge the difference between when your entry analysis begins or ends and your position management stage of the life cycle of a currency position begins? And when do you exit that trade? And what are the 4 different methodologies that you have to look at for exit? And which one are you going to pick for the particular situation that you're in? And dependent on whether you're a long-term position trader, swing, or day trader, or scalper, that exit process changes. So you learn this stuff as you go, not up front. That's like trying to learn a foreign language from a dictionary. It's crazy, but that's what people are doing to teach. You look at they give you these glossaries of terms. Pages and pages and pages of terms. When we start out, there's 6 terms that you need to know. Each one of those terms maybe has, 4 subterms that are directly related to them. But if you know the key term, learning the other 5 parts of it, you would be able to understand. If you know what an order to trade is, a bid-ask order, then you're going to be able to easily say, there's a margin, there's a market order, and there's a limit or pending order that I can use. It's just so simple. But don't make it so difficult for yourself, because then currency trading won't be easy for you. You'll be confused and you'll lose money. I can help put you on that path, but the only way you'll know whether I'm a good fit for you or not is to send me an email and we'll talk about it. I turn away about 80% of the people that send me emails. I just tell them, okay, you want this free, I have a free PDF file, 7 steps to successful Forex trading. They're just vignettes of 7 things that I stumbled into, 7 problems that I stumbled into, and what I did to basically manage and solve them. You're not going to read that free PDF file and go, I know how to trade now, because you haven't run into those situations yet. You don't have the base understanding and foundation in order to understand what to do or how to put that together. But if you're an experienced trader and you read that, you go, I experienced that, and he's saying this is what he did. This is the mistake I'm making. I know how to improve that. So that manual becomes very important as a free resource for you. That's to demonstrate that I know what I'm doing, and I write clearly, so that if you know what you're doing as far as trading goes, you have a basic idea, that material will help you. If you read that stuff and you're no better off for it, then you really don't understand what you're doing, and you really do need to communicate with me so we can talk and see if the methodology that I use for presenting Forex trading would be applicable to you, would be useful for you. I'm not going to be the mentor for everybody. There are people that are going to hate me. There are people, I've been called a scam. There's all kinds of people out there, and they all have different needs. And some of them just are so afraid and so confused that they're going to strike out at me. You're a scam. You don't know what you're doing. Why don't you show your trading reports? Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I said, excuse me, why don't you just fucking sit down and learn how to trade and quit bothering other people? If you don't think they know what they're doing, then don't watch the channel. As a martial artist, I simply don't have any tolerance or patience for those particular kinds of attitudes. The decision as to whether you're going to be successful or not in your currency trading is 100% based on the methodology that you use to learn how to trade. But predominant to that is to look at Forex as a business, as an investment vehicle in the light of all the other stuff out there that you could do. You could go out and buy a cheap car and throw some money into it and fix it up and then sell it for 3 times what you paid for it. My son does that. He'll do 4 or 5 of those a year. He was an auto mechanic for 10 or 15 years and a good one. And he can take a car or a boat or something like that and whip it around and double or triple his money. He's on the fire department now as a firefighter, serving the community and doing some good for the world. So there's a lot of ways that you can make money. You can make money as a chess master. You can make money as in fishing tournaments. You can make money selling. God, you go onto eBay and there's people out there still selling Pez dispensers. You know what a Pez dispenser is? Man, go on eBay and find out what a Pez dispenser is, and you'll see that people are still trading those things and people don't even know what they are. So there's a gazillion ways to make money. I choose Forex. Go to my website, longwoodcurrencytrading.com, read those 7 reasons. If they make sense to you, send me an email. Let's talk about it. Let's find out. I may say, well, you have so many other dispersed interests and you've got so much going on in your life and you're doing this and you're doing that. You probably have more of an interest in flying drones and aviation than you do in trading currencies. So maybe a Vanguard no-load index fund at 8% a year, averaged out over 20-year periods. Maybe that's what you should do with your money and not currency trading. I tell people that. So if you'd like the straight scoop, send me an email. But if you don't want to hear the straight scoop, then just enjoy my videos. I hope you get a lot out of them. I hope that if you are confused in what it is that you're doing today, I can bring some light and clarity to what you are doing so that you can get better and reap the rewards that a currency trading career can have for you, particularly if you have 3 or 5 years to really develop your skills and build up the size of your bank. You know, when you get to the point where you're trading 20 lot size positions, that's $200 a pip. You make, everybody's trying to make 10 pips a day. That's $2,000. Well, say you're not so successful at $2,000. Maybe it's $800 a day that you're going to be able to make on a 20 lot size. Well, that's $160,000 a year, basically. So there's a lot of money to be made. But you're not going to make a lot of money on a $1,000 account or a $10,000 account. You're probably not going to be able to replace your job income on a $20,000 or $30,000 account. To start, you need to be able to learn how to become consistently profitable at a low, reasonable leverage level with strict risk management guidelines. And then when you can do that, you can step back from that and I can show you how to look at the big picture of things, which then goes into things like compounding, building positions, staging into positions, reverse staging, all that sort of stuff that these guys that are selling you courses are trying to teach you before you even know how to trade. I don't comprehend it, but there you have it. So when we're communicating about this stuff, please don't take offense at my responses to you. I'm not trying to degrade you. I'm not trying to put you down or make fun of you. I'm trying to wake you up. Look, this is what you're doing. And I'm going to tell you that's unnecessary. You don't need to do that. Rather, you should be doing this. And then your question to me is going to be, how do I do that? I can't answer that in a 15-minute video call or a 5-page email. That's a course or a part of a course. And you have to put that in the correct order of the other things that you're learning in the course. But if you don't have any interest in taking a course or being mentored and you think you can do it on your own, you probably can. But you're not going to be able to do that in 6 months or a couple of years. It's going to take you at least 2 years, and you're going to have to figure you're going to lose, $10,000, $20,000, $40,000 before you get there. No. You can't take a $500 or $1,000 account and fuck around with that in mini lots and over leveraged and learn all that, because you're not going to be able to replace your job income on that. You're going to need a large account in order to make large money back. If you think that you're going to take a $10,000 account and make $100,000 a year every year, it's crazy. It's ludicrous. At some point, you're going to be trading. You will have taken that $10,000 and you will have traded it up to $100,000, and now you're trading $100,000. But because you don't really understand what you're doing, you're going to lose $100,000. And then you're going to reboot and reload that account, and you're going to lose it again because the statistics have caught up with you. Don't be a statistic. Be a winner. Learn this stuff the correct way, and you're set for life. You really are. Speaking of set for life, I got wood to carry in for the wood stove, so I better get out there before I don't give a shit whether the snow is deep or not. I'll just trudge around in it. But it's a good life. Today happens to be a Saturday when I'm recording that, so the markets are closed, so I can sit here and chat with you guys on the video. And we've already eliminated the guys that are out that are out not watching at the 2-minute mark. I don't want to waste any more of your time. Figure out what you want to do. Send me an email, and we'll discuss this and the training process that I have. And if, unfortunately, by the time you get around to calling me or emailing me and I'm dead, I still have courses that are going to be out there that will, by that time, have been written so that with studious guidance, you'll be able to work your way through that material over a longer period of time than it would if you were doing it directly with me. Like a fast track program might take you 2 or 3 months to get successful if you took that. Whereas if you just took the fast track program with the surrounding information that I might have without my consulting, it might take you a year or two in order to do that. But that's okay. Because once you get those skills, nobody can take those skills away from you. And those skills aren't going to change. You're not going to need to update your skills. You hear these guys all the time saying, oh, the market's in change, so I've got to change my system. Really? Well, you don't have a very good system. Anyway, I'm sure you're ready to get on with an entertainment video. I'll let you go for now. Peter Roth, Longwood Currency Trading. Have a great day and have a great trading day.